A'udhu billahi minash shaitan rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Welcome, brothers and sisters, to today's video blog. Today's video blog deals with civil rights. For the next couple of minutes, I want to just give you my opinion, surrounded around the concept of civil rights and how they have applied it to the current state of the Ummah. As my opinion goes, brothers and sisters, it's very clear. People are comparing the situation with the Arab Muslims and immigrant Muslims and the situation of the Muslims to the civil rights movement of the 70s. Stay tuned for my opinion. There's two ideologies that came out of the 70s, if you studied it very clearly: Malcolm and Martin. Now be aware, civil rights wasn't really ever on the Islamic campaign, because we are the ones who originated civil rights for all human beings. We gave the woman the right of inheritance. We stopped the children from being buried alive. We created a welfare system that gave aid to the widows and the orphans. Need I go on? So many of the Muslim leaders find it to be funny, or a catchphrase to say that the Muslims are struggling like the blacks in the 60s and 70s. Let's look a little deeper. It would be better to say that the Muslims were there in the 60s and 70s. That we had Muslims, African American Muslims, who were in line with their cousins, brothers and sisters, standing side by side for the struggle, but on the side of our leader, Malcolm X. It's foolish for us to invalidate the African American Muslims that were struggling in the civil rights struggle. Brothers and sisters, let's make it quite clear that the civil rights struggle was a compromise. The revolutionary parties that were involved in the 70s did not get the outcomes that they wanted. They were killed, put in prison, and bombarded by media attacks that basically created them to be militant, or what they have coined, black supremacists. When in reality, this was all hype. Our brothers and sisters fought for freedom, not necessarily Brown versus the Board of Education, or what we have today. We wanted this, and the government gave us this. Don't forget that. Don't forget it. So when we put on our nice jobs with the three-piece suits and the ties, and we want to articulate and think of concepts to relate to the current situation of Muslims around the world, let's not use the civil rights movement as a reference, because in actuality, the civil rights movement was bloodshed. It was chastisement and obliteration of a culture and civilization that wanted a nation sovereign for black people in the U.S. And instead they got a job with white people in nice suits. Good compromise for some, but others, nothing that they wanted. I'll give you one more concept. If what I'm saying seems to aggravate your mind in some way or some form, just remember, both Malcolm and Martin were killed. So both of their priorities and agendas were never fulfilled, because they both laid a threat to the existing status quo that still exists today. So when you speak of civil rights, speak of it in the context under which you really understand that what those people who are striving for does not exist today, even though the media and those around you tell you that it is. Remember that your religion gives you ultimate sovereignty and freedom as a Muslim. La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah. This is your brother's opinion. Umar Abdurrahim, signing out. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.